Hi guys, thanks for joining me. Today we're doing a plank pose challenge. So we're gonna try to hold plank pose for 10 minutes. We're not just gonna do one plank pose for the entire duration. We're gonna do lots of different kinds of plank poses, holding them for 1 minute each. So the sequence will go like this. We'll start 1 minute in our standard, regular, traditional plank pose. We'll move into side plank, then reverse plank, side plank again, back into your traditional plank pose. Then we'll come down in forearm plank, side forearm plank, back to forearm plank, side forearm plank the other side, and finish off with 1 minute in our forearm plank, and then we are done. So I'm gonna go and set my stopwatch. See if you can do it without taking a break. If it becomes too much, maybe just drop your knees on the ground. So we're gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So palms are underneath the shoulders. Legs are nice and straight, belly is firm, heart is reaching forward. Press into the fingertips and knuckles. And instead of worrying and thinking about how much time we've been in here or how much time is left, instead just try to focus on the breath. I find it really helpful to count my breathing. So I inhale 1, exhale 2, inhale 3, exhale 4. And I tend to just go like that as I do it. I find that it helps me focus less on my abdominals and my body, and I'm able to focus a little bit more just on breathing, and it doesn't feel so bad. So let's see here, we have 10 more seconds, and then we're going to move into our side plank on the right palm. Let's go right into it. On the right hand, left arm up, roll to the outside edge of your right foot, 1 minute right here. So remember, you can drop your knees down if you need to, otherwise let's keep it lifted. Pressing the hips up as high as you can. Really working the obliques here. Halfway through, 30 seconds in. Cat's gonna help us out a little. Or just make it harder, I don't know. Cat. Keep lifting the hips. Notice if they're dropping down. Stack left shoulder over the right. 5 more seconds before we go into our reverse plank. So you'll need to drop your left palm down, and let's do that now. Both palms down on the mat, fingertips reaching towards the heels, lift your hips up. So we don't do this reverse plank as much. You might find it a little bit awkward. You can always bend your knees and do like a reverse tabletop pose if this one is too much. Just keep trying to lift the hips up. Breathing deeply in and out through the nose. Back of the neck stays long. Now it is a little hard for me, can't see my watch as much. 37 seconds in, almost through. You got this. Press into the fingertips and knuckles, get a little bit more height. 3 seconds, side plank over on the left palm. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Lifting up through the hips, engage the obliques. So far so good, right? Not too bad, we can do this. Let's make sure our right shoulder is aligned over top of the left. Press into your bottom left foot. Powering up the legs will make this a lot easier. Halfway through here. Notice if you're clenching your jaw, tightening up the facial muscles. Put a little more weight into the fingertips and knuckles, less on the wrists. 10 more seconds. Back into our traditional plank pose. All right, Realign yourself. One long line from the crown of your head all the way down into the heels. Create space between the shoulder blades. Try to zip up through the core here. Notice if you're dropping the belly, keep it pulling in. Pressing into the heels a little. I am definitely feeling it. I'm sure you are too. We can do this. So after this one, it means we're halfway through. We have 10 more seconds here. Afterwards, we're gonna drop down into our forearm plank. And let's lower down to the forearms. Oh, much better. Give our wrists a little bit of a break. What are you doing? Hey, buddy. Getting some encouragement here. Either that or he's gonna make it harder for me. I don't know. Could go either way. So forearm plank, you wanna make sure your hips aren't too low or too high. You're maintaining that nice long line. We're halfway through, 30 seconds in. From this forearm plank, we're gonna shift over onto our right forearm, making our way to side plank pose in just a few seconds. Ten seconds left. You got this, no problem. And let's shift over onto the right forearm. I'll just keep my left hand over my hip here. So if it's starting to feel like a lot, I read last week that someone broke the Guinness World Record for the longest plank pose held, and it was 5 hours, 15 minutes, and 15 seconds, or something crazy like that. So we're only here for 10 minutes. We can definitely do this. Keep lifting the hips up, pressing into the feet. You can always step one foot in front of the other as well, if balance is tricky. We are more than halfway through. Don't quit now. 10 seconds here, and then we're going back into our regular forearm plank. Lift up a little higher. And forearm plank. So elbows are about shoulder width distance apart, maybe a little narrower. Keep your gaze and your breath steady. Just try and think about anything else other than what you're feeling right now. Halfway through, we got this. It's possible that you're regretting doing this video. I'm feeling a little bit of that myself, but I know I'll be really happy when I'm done. 10 seconds, and then we're gonna go into our forearm plank over on the left side. And shift over. I like to bring the forearm parallel to the short edge of the mat, hand on the hip. So I don't know if you guys realize this, but once we're done with this one, we only have one more plank pose left, and it's going to be our forearm plank. And then we are done. We're at 8 minutes, 25 seconds right now. You are doing great. Lift the hips up a little bit more. Notice if you're holding your breath, or if the inhale is a little bit faster than the exhale, slow it down. Nice and controlled breathing. Press the knuckles into the mat. Lift up a tiny bit higher, 10 more seconds here. Forearm plank, our final minutes, we're almost done. Oh man, about how you're gonna reward yourself after you're done this. I think I'm just gonna stay in Shavasana for like 15 minutes. 20 seconds in. Draw the lower belly in and up. Pull the heart forward. Flatten a little bit the upper back. Our last 20 seconds. About 5 slow, steady breaths. Ten seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Take Sphinx pose or seal. Stretch out the front of the abdominals. We did it. All right, lower all the way down. Let's press up onto hands and knees. I'll stop my stopwatch here. Let's just stretch out the wrists a little bit because we were here for a while. So just flip your palms so your fingertips are facing towards the knees. And then lean back. Stretching into the wrists and the forearms. Slowly start to lift the palm of the hands off the mat, but keep the fingertips and knuckles grounded. So you're stretching more into the palm of the hand and into the fingers. And let's release. Place the back of your hands on the ground, fingertips pointing towards the knees. And same thing, lean back a little bit. Probably notice that one side is tighter than the other. Start to lift the back of the hand. And release. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you like these kind of challenge videos, let me know in the comments. I can definitely do some more for you guys. Thank you for watching. Me and Kit Kat say goodbye. Have a wonderful weekend. Namaste.